I'm meteorologist Conley Isom, and this is a look at the Texas Bluebonnet Forecast for 2013. What parts of the state could see a nice crop of bluebonnets this year, and we'll also talk about the forecast for the upcoming spring, how much rain we could see, and just how warm it could get. In this photo, this is a picture of my little girl. Her name is Kaylee. We took this last spring and filled the bluebonnets next to our house, and hopefully the field of bluebonnets will be nice again this year. I'm a television meteorologist, been in the business for 10 plus years, but I'm also a contributor for TexasStormChasers.com. And I encourage you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus to get the latest information on all kinds of Texas weather, from wildfires to severe weather to tornadoes and all the way to hurricanes. We track them all for you. Again, that's TexasStormChasers.com. Before we go look to the future forecast, let's go take a look in the past. This is the rainfall departure from normal of the precipitation we saw in October of 2012. Why October? Well, in October is when bluebonnets begin to germinate. And so the rainfall that we see in the fall is going to have a direct correlation to how nice the bluebonnets are in the spring. And unfortunately, you can see where you see a lot of the red and the oranges showing up. That's anywhere between 2 to 5 inches below normal as far as precipitation goes. So the eastern half of the state, even around Dallas-Fort Worth along the I-35 corridor, and along the Texas coast, this could definitely impact the local bluebonnets. You get into West Texas, it's still below normal by an inch or two, but definitely not as bad as the eastern half of the state. If we take a look at the rainfall that we've seen so far for 2013, most of the state dealing with about a 2 to 4 inch deficit, although there have been pockets where we've seen normal rainfall so far this year. There's one little pocket here down in South Texas, south of San Antonio, and then you see in the Panhandle where you see the green showing up from around Amarillo up towards Dumas. They've seen anywhere between 2 to 4, even up to 5 inches above normal rainfall. But a lot of that came from the blizzard that slammed the Texas Panhandle, putting a lot of moisture in the ground, which is definitely good for the farmers and also good for the bluebonnets. I also want to show you the drought conditions that we're experiencing so far, because even though we have seen some areas with nice rainfall totals, other parts of the state are still dealing with extreme to exceptional droughts. The red shading is an extreme drought. The maroon shading is an exceptional drought. And you can see the hardest hit areas so far this year have been in the southern tip of Texas down towards Brownsville, also along the Rio Grande towards Del Rio. We've also seen a pretty hard drought here from northwest Texas, from Abilene to Wichita Falls, and spotty drought conditions across the Panhandle as well. In fact, the only place in Texas escaping the drought currently is East Texas, even despite they didn't get a lot of rainfall in October, but so far they've gotten enough rainfall this winter to keep the drought away. Now let's take a look at the seasonal forecast for the next 3 months, for March, April, and May. And this comes from the Climate Prediction Center and NOAA. As you can see across the country, they're expecting above average rainfall in the Midwest up towards the Great Lakes. Across the Lone Star State, well, it looks like it could be pretty dry out in West Texas, from the Panhandle out towards El Paso. For the rest of us, I'm currently thinking we'll see about an average rainfall totals so far in spring. So I think we'll see about an average spring with a couple of big rain events, and that should definitely help the situation as far as spring flowers go, including those bluebonnets. But if we don't see a lot of rain, unfortunately, the correlation goes, it's going to be much warmer. In fact, they're predicting at the Climate Prediction Center a pretty good chance of an above normal temperature outlook for March, April, and May. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to see 100-degree temperatures anytime soon, but it looks like it could be a pretty warm start towards the spring, and that could continue into the summer, especially if we don't see a lot of rain during the spring months. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of how the weather could impact the bluebonnets this season. And I want to thank TexasBluebonnetSightings.com for allowing me to do this video and this report. If you'd like to share where you've seen bluebonnets, they'd love to hear from you. Just go to TexasBluebonnetSightings.com. We'll also have bluebonnet photos on TexasStormChasers.com as well. Again, I'm meteorologist Conley Isom. Thanks for watching.